Valve has been very busy these past few weeks with the 13th edition of the International, alongside with the release of CS2, which is currently riddled with bugs.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's horrible!
This bug was only one of many that surfaced from the game's early release. The community started calling this the update because of this insane peak. Both Dota and Counter-Strike communities have gathered together to express their disappointment in unison. For Dota though, it wasn't bugs the players were complaining about, but rather the lack of content from this year's Compendium. Instead of cosmetics, we got a bunch of voice lines, loading screens, and bingo?
Bingo, bitches! Bingo.
So actually, I quite enjoyed these voice lines, and some of them are pretty good, so here's some of my favorite ones.
Looks like it's time for me to go all out.
Yeah! Oh, that's some double play right there! Woo-wee!
How could this happen to me?
Daddy, chill.
Okay.
Yo, bro, was your dad a mover? Because you're carrying all of us.
What the fuck? So aside from these zesty voice lines, the other great addition was the profile changes. Now you can customize your profile like you always wanted. PG-18. And I know you're curious, so here's mine. But the key point that I wanted to talk about in this video was the DPC, as it was announced on the Dota 2 news blog that the support for the DPC will be discontinued, with the reasons being that the tournaments became less exciting and less fun. The question now is, what's next? What's gonna happen? How will teams know if they qualify to go to the international? Will there be an international?
But now it does feel like an end of a tradition, maybe?
Yeah.
Because next year, are people going to play the same for TI?
Yeah.
Are people going to care as much for TI?
Right.
Well, now everybody's going to wait for the Gamers 8 or maybe like something else like RIA to maybe happen.
Yeah.
If this is going to continue, you know?
Yeah.
Like they're going to look for other tournaments, but yeah.
Well, according to eScore News, Valve held a meeting with some of the team's managers where the future of Dota was discussed, but there seems to be a clash of opinions whether it was good or bad, with some managers stating that the news were interesting and others saying it was bait. Regardless, we won't know until next year, but one thing is certain, TI has lost its prestige. The once biggest esports tournament of the year that consecutively broke prize pool records peaked at $40 million back in 2021. With last year's prize pool falling to 18 million, this year it barely broke 3.
Spare change. Spare change, ma'am.
The Dota 2 subreddit turned into your average carry player whose support left the lane for 20 seconds just to get the bounty. People were flaming and shit-talking Valve for having done a poor job for what is considered a yearly celebration of Dota. I'm not a pro player, so I don't really care about the money, but let me put it into context. League of Legends is estimated to have a prize pool this year between $2.1 and $2.4 million, with about 180 million active players. The prize pool is just a reflection of the content we are given. If you don't include the voice lines, there's not much to get from this compendium. I mean, even our Saudi prince, who's known for buying insane amount of battle pass levels, didn't think it was really worth it this time. That's how you know Valve took the L.
But you can't do this to me.
You know how much I sacrificed?
And if this wasn't enough, Liquipedia put up a note on the website stating how this tournament was not up to par with their standards.
This person doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
And that's not the end of it. Valve, or rather PGL in this case, were getting roasted over something as trivial as cafeteria food.
Look! Look! What the fuck is this?
Pro player Chaz was so disappointed in the food that he went on Chinese social media to say how big of a piece of shit the cafeteria food was. I mean, that's Jesus. He later deleted the post and apologized and said there were cultural differences at play. There's still plenty of time left before the final, so a lot of things could still happen. If anything, I want things to happen, because it's kind of boring right now.
We've been duped!
Duped!
Bamboozled!
We've been smeckledorfed!
That's not even a word and I agree with you.
I mean, there really isn't anything at stake here. The only thing we had was the money, and now that's kind of like irrelevant. So please, somebody, start some drama or some shit. I don't know, I can't take this anymore. Please! Anyways, I'm back again. Sorry for my absence, ran out of milk. If anything new happens in this tournament, I will be reporting back to you, and until then, see you next time. Oh, by the way, this is clear evidence that I do, in fact, get pussy. Yes, I wrote that joke. No!